Hey guys, Bryce Conway from 10xTravel.com. Today I'm going to show you how to use your American Airlines miles to book award flights on American Airlines and any of their One World partners. Let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do, as with any airline award search, is go to the airline's website and log in. In this case, aa.com. I have actually logged into a fake account that I just made for a random Paul Cox, because American Airlines will show your award number here on the screen, and I'm not looking to have anyone hack into my account. So I'm on the home page, I'm logged in. I'm just going to run a random search from Chicago to, let's go to Paris. Actually, we'll do the entire city of Paris. There are 2 airports there that work. 1 passenger, I picked a random date in September, which is about 8 months out from when I'm filming this. Always make sure to click redeem miles and search. Now, it might take a little bit to show you results. So basic information in, go ahead and hit search. The next page you're going to see is going to show the results for that specific date. So here we have the results broken into main cabin or economy, premium economy, or business class. The default is that American is going to sort your results by what they call relevance, which in my experience basically means best for you. Now, American Airlines uses something called a dynamic award chart, which means they can essentially charge whatever they want, whenever they want. If there's more demand for a flight, the prices will go up, or sometimes they'll have a sale where prices are really, really cheap. What that means is it's really hard to predict what you're going to find on here. So this for a particular example, I just searched Chicago to Paris. There's an economy flight right here in the top result for 56,000 points. But you'll see if you're willing to take a little bit worse of an itinerary with 1 stop, it goes down to 45,000 points. You can kind of just play around with the prices and see what's best for you. Now at the top here, there's a couple of options that make it easy for you to find what you're looking for. You can sort by the number of stops. Maybe you only want to fly nonstop. And you can also sort by the partner airlines that are shown in the results. This is going to come in handy a little bit later when we talk about some of the taxes and fees imposed by their partners. So if you're absolutely fixed to the date that you search for, these are your options you're going to have. Or if you have flexible dates, American Airlines does have a calendar award search feature that makes it easier to see if you might save money by switching up those dates a little bit. By default, it's going to show you the 5 days across the top here and the prices on each. Or you can click on this button right here for calendar to actually see a 30-day view if your dates are highly flexible and you're really just looking for the best price. So this is what that calendar feature looks like. You can see the entire month of September. Anything that is in green means it's going to be the cheapest price for that particular month. These right and left arrows are going to allow you to go month by month. Maybe you have incredibly flexible dates. You can sort by number of stops or classes. You can search just for business or first if you're looking to fly up front. Overall, very, very easy to pick what you like. So I'm just going to stick with this date on the 17th and finish out the process for you. Let's say that I'm just going to pick that. Actually, let's go with the 1-stop flight, 45,000 points and 560. You click on it. Now, this next screen, you're not going to see all the time, but it does allow me to show you what a web special is. American Airlines is one of the few airlines that does this, where they have something called a web special, which is basically a sale or like a one-time deal on an award flight where you might get a cheaper price, which as you see right here, it's only 45,000 miles instead of 110,000. But by booking that, you are basically waiving your right to change that free of charge, and you're going to pay a fee to cancel it like always. So web specials are great. You're going to see some good deals on there from time to time, but just be aware that when you book those, it's going to be a little bit less flexible to change your plans. Those are pretty simple, so I'm going to skip that and just do the main cabin award. This is what everything else is going to look like. And I just want to walk you through the rest of this process and show you what is perhaps my favorite feature of American Airlines, award searches anyway. So when I click on that, it'll show me this price again, 110,000 miles and $5.60. American does not pass along their fuel surcharges or taxes and fees on their own award bookings. But you'll see I don't have enough miles. My account currently has 0 miles. I'm well short of the 110,000. Most airlines would stop you right here and say, hey, bum, go out and earn more miles and come back and book this. But not American Airlines. This is going to take me to my favorite feature of their award searches, which is their free 5-day holds. So you can actually continue through this process even though you don't have nearly enough miles, because American Airlines will let you put a free hold on this reservation for 5 days. You can go out and earn the miles, transfer them from elsewhere, and then come back and book it in that time frame. So that makes American Airlines bookings, or at least holds, about as big of a commitment as a restaurant reservation. You see something that you might actually take, you can just go ahead and throw a hold on there before you're fully committed to it. This is perfect for when you have to, look at hotel options for award or cash. You have to call your friends and see if they're available for those dates. It makes it really easier for you to kind of put those pieces in place. So to do that, you simply just continue through the entire process. I'm going to skip the seat selection. Pretty simple. You just click on the seat that you want if you were actually flying this flight. And I'm going to show you what happens when you get to the end. You'll see your kind of confirmation pages, flights, times, all that kind of stuff. And here is where you have the option to hold. If you click on this button, American Airlines it'll almost look like you're booking the flight. They'll even give you like a confirmation number, but it just shows up in your account and you have 5 days to come back and get the miles that you need. So again, great to use that to kind of put some options in play. I will give you a quick word of warning that if you abuse this, American Airlines will actually start canceling some of their reservations. So I would not go out and book, or hold flights from Chicago to Paris for every day of September. Like, you want to kind of pick and choose and just be aware that if American thinks that you're abusing this, they will start to cancel your reservations. So that's kind of the basics on how to run a search on American, use their hold feature, etc. Now, one thing I do want to show you with American that is a common sticking point, especially for new folks, is the partner surcharges, and in particular those that are passed on from British Airways. So to kind of show you an example, I'm going to run a quick search for Austin, Texas to London, because I know that British Airways operates that route directly, just to kind of show you how that works. One way, redeem miles, one passenger. I'm going to pick that same date and hit go. Just like before, it's going to show you the results that are available on that particular day. But if I go down here and if I sort by number of stops to look for a non-stop, here you have a flight. It's a direct from Austin to London. Looks great. Only 30,000 miles, but $204 in taxes and fees. Notice that's very different from the $5.60 or $11.20 that you'll see on other options. And the reason is, again, because that is a flight on British Airways. You can see it right down here in the details, British Airways 190. And when you're flying using American miles on British Airways on any flight that's going to go through London or end in London, you're going to be hit with those hefty taxes and fees. So a very common sticking point for new folks who are using American miles, particularly when they're traveling to Europe, is they'll say, hey, I don't understand. Like, there's these great flights available for 30,000 miles. Why is it $400 in taxes and fees, whereas these other ones are cheaper? It's because of British Airways. So if you want to avoid that, simply go up to the top here, uncheck British Airways as an option, and then that will only show you flights on American and partners, excluding British Airways, which for the rest of the One World partners, when booking with American, the taxes and fees do tend to be pretty reasonable. So that makes it a lot easier for you. Pretty good, actually, award availability on my sample searches here today. A few more things to know about American Airlines. Here's a positive for you. You can actually make changes to any American Airlines award or reservation totally free, as long as the origin and destination remain the same and travel is more than 21 days away. So if I booked this Chicago to Paris flight in September and turns out that something came up and I can't actually go on those dates, I could actually move it to any other date, again, as long as it's not within 21 days of today, completely free of charge. And again, that is subject to award availability. Of course, you can't just randomly pick seats, and that would work out great for you. But that also makes this a little bit less committal, because you can put up a reservation there, change your dates later. One negative of American Airlines, they do charge a close-in booking fee. They will charge an additional $75 for any award tickets that you're booking within 21 days of departure. There's really just no way around that. It's not ideal, but it's sadly common in the airline world. So how do you earn more American miles? If you see something you like on this video that you want to book, or just generally want to use their miles, there are a handful of credit cards that will allow you to do so. Citibank issues 2 of them. They have a business and personal Citi American Airlines Platinum card. There's also options from Barclays. They have the Aviator cards, both business and personal. Those are particularly attractive because at least at the time of filming this, they have low or no minimum spends required to earn the bonus. In some cases, you open the card, you swipe it once, you get the bonus. But one of the downsides of American Airlines is that they are not a direct transfer partner of any of the major transferable currencies. So you can't go out and earn Chase points, Amex points and transfer those to American, you're kind of limited to their specific cards or the usual buffet of dining programs, shopping portals, that sort of thing. So American miles overall, a pretty good reward currency, especially lately when we have these web specials going on. There was one just last month, I think it was 6,000 American miles each way to Australia. That's fantastic. Partner surcharges are generally low outside of British Airways. Award availability tends to be pretty good. Overall, it's a good program, pretty easy to use the miles. The only downsides being British Airways taxes and the fact that you can't transfer to American Airlines from any of the major transferable programs. I'm Bryce Conway. That was a quick look at how to use American Airlines miles to book flights on American and their partners. You can learn about this and all things points and miles by hanging out at 10xTravel.com. Thanks, we'll see you next time.